going on, guys? Zach here today, coming at you with another video. Today we have the first and only 2018 AMG GT S in Minnesota. This thing is loaded with a 4-liter twin turbocharged V8 engine pumping out 515 horsepower, 494 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. It is crazy, crazy fast. One of the biggest aesthetic things added to this 2018 model is this new Pan America grille. Since 2017 celebrates 50 years of AMG, this is a throwback to 1952 AMG Racing Series models. It's got 15 vertical bars. This was available on the GTR last year, but now it comes standard for all of the AMG GT Series cars. This thing is crazy fast. We're gonna take a look around it. I'm gonna get to ride in it, and hopefully I'll get to drive it. It'll be super, super cool.
Every time I come back to the parking lot, there's someone standing next to it and wants to talk about it. And the things that seem to grab their attention, first off, is looking at the wheels. If you look in there, the brakes, that's running on a 15-inch rotor. And the average car on the road has a 15-inch wheel. So it goes no good if you can't whoa, so they say. You just customize it if you're doing slalom racing, if you're doing figure eights, you're doing straight line racing, however you want to run your car. You set the suspension and steering and everything to your style. Then it's got some other modes. It's got a comfort mode, so you can ride along and get as comfortable as this suspension can get comfortable. It lowers the exhaust note. It also takes the RPMs down, so you can ride around the street and not get tickets everywhere you go. But then you just ratchet that up with going to sport, makes the steering a little heavier, makes the suspension a little heavier. Then you can go Sport Plus. It starts revving the RPMs. It also turns the exhaust note a little louder. And then there's Race, and it's actually marked Race. It takes everything the car is ready to perform and puts it in race mode. All of those things are also individually selectable. So I can reach over and just change the exhaust note if I want and stay in comfort mode. I can change the steering and stay in comfort mode. So it allows you to dictate what you want the car to do. It's responsive to you. The seats are kind of fun because they are racing seats. You can adjust these seats so both this part and this part will wrap you to fit the way you want. And it has all kinds of accident avoidance kinds of things on it called Distronics, just like other Mercedes do. But we've had these seats actually, because we're bearing down on another car, we've had these seats actually grab you and the seat belts pull down on you. And it does give you the effect that you are stopping fast. The other thing I found interesting, I expected the engine to be where this car cover is, or what, the engine cover. The engine's actually back here. So technically this is a mid-engine car. All the weight is in the center of the car. So that's one of the reasons why it's such a sweet handling car. It's so forgiving and well-mannered. All the weight's where it ought to be.
The sound is so good in the cabin. Like, I'm amazed at how good it sounds in here.
It's almost a visceral effect, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. AMG, you have done it again! This is truly the culmination of 50 years of AMG. It's like right behind your head. It's like, I'm honestly speechless at how good this sounds. Nothing gets the cracks and bangs like these AMG engines. It's insane.
I've had more fun with this car 50, 60 mile an hour and less.
Oh, I can imagine.
Than any car I've ever had. It's
there. Right away, even before we start driving, like this is so enclosed. Like I can tell this is a really like driver-centered experience. Like it's like this is all up, and it feels like you're in your own little compartment.
It does feel like a cockpit.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what it feels like. So obviously leather-wrapped steering wheel. It's got like the little.
You have lots of options there too. Different neoprene type of things and racing steering wheels. So again, you customize it the way you want. All the colors are customized, even all the interior. Whether you want it piano lacquer black, do you want it carbon fiber? You choose.
Wow, that's touching. I'm barely touching that pedal, and it just, like, you can feel the powers right there. Like, all 515 horses, like, tiny little tap, and you're just throwing back.
And you're in the heavier steering.
Yeah.
Now, look, I'll put it to
wow.
Now feel how light it gets.
Wow, that's very different. So we go back to sport.
Yeah.
This, you'll see in the video how much this is turning. I'm turning the steering wheel less than half an inch and the whole car is moving. I can't imagine taking this through corners. It's so responsive, just right in here. There's a teeny little bit of turbo lag that I feel, just a tiny bit, but it's like hardly noticeable at all. I think it is interesting though driving. You've got this massive hood in front of you, right? Where I can't even see the front of it, I don't think. It's just something different. It's strange because you're steering from like the middle of the car, you know, just at least very different compared to my BMW.
Right.
The best way to describe it, at least for me, is that it's like on its haunches, ready to pounce at any like second.
This car it has manners. That's the only way I know to describe it.
For sure. Well, it was one of the first things I said. I came in here. It feels so much more put together, and like I think this is a much more comfortable experience than the GT3 RS. Just as fast though. That's the thing. When I think it just comes down to like what AMG was trying to do with this is a driver's car. At the end of the day, like this is for, like you said, the daily driver who wants the power and the agility of a supercar, but also the comfort of something you can drive every day. And I think this does this perfectly. Like this interior, it's so nice. Everything feels very expensive. Like the leather's very high quality. There's no plastic. Like it's just, it feels like a luxury car you can drive every day. But you put your foot down, which I didn't even have the opportunity to do, but like a tiny bit. And it's just right there if you need it, you know? Like if you want to go take this car on the track, you totally could. If you want to take it to work every day in traffic, you totally could. I think that's the beauty of it.
It's just fun.
It's so much fun. Thank you so much. This was
quite welcome.
Truly amazing.